when I got there, I was like babysitting. And
my thought was, what do we tell our sons?
Nigga, if you buying that ticket, you fucking.
I got everything I need at my house. I don't need a hall pass.
Every time I get to a corner and I see somebody doing a famous Baltimore gangster lean.
We outside.
Hey, welcome back to another week of the Shop Podcast. I am Miss Toya. Next to me is...
That's the opposite way, man.
There's only one person next to me. You don't have to make it difficult.
Hello, welcome to the Six Show. How you doing today, everybody?
And below me...
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What's going on? How you feeling today, this evening?
Hello.
Ray.
Well, Marlon said both of y'all to the left of me. Anyway, welcome back to another week with us.
We had the pastor, but he's just disappeared.
He'll be back. So, how we always do it, how was your weekend?
Who we talk about?
You can go first.
All right. Well, my weekend was pretty cool. I got to chill out. I did a few parties.
I'm sorry. Wait. Thanksgiving, to include Thanksgiving.
Oh, I didn't have my macaroni and cheese. Well, I did have my macaroni and cheese, but it was a day late. But the other macaroni and cheese was suffice this year for me.
What macaroni and cheese did you have and what did you want?
I'm a little bit confused now.
On what?
All right, don't kill me. But this year, my mom's macaroni and cheese wasn't hitting on 1,000. But
I'm gonna tell her.
I was about to say, I'm gonna tell her. I'm in her DMs right now. Click on the show. Your son named Ish.
I don't know her.
Call up right now, Jay.
But besides that, Thanksgiving was cool. Had a party on Thanksgiving. That was nice. Hutch's people hooked me up this weekend. Can you please tell? I don't want to say the name and all that, but can you tell her thank you so much?
Who's that?
Miss Elaine.
Oh.
So you didn't want to say her name just to say her name?
I mean, now that I think about it, he said I'm Elaine's son, so
right.
But yeah, that was nice.
Okay, Miss Elaine coming through with the parties.
Yeah, she looked out. Besides that, I just chilled.
Okay.
Jay. What about you, Hutch?
Well, yes. Let me shine the light on myself.
Shine the light on.
My weekend started, my Thanksgiving started the mission from last Sunday. I went to St. Kitts Nevis to go and retrieve my grandmother. It was a nice little time in Nevis. Even though it was a short time, it was a nice time. I haven't been there in over 20 years, so to see the progression that Nevis has been through and the things that they have there, it was a very wonderful place, and I would like to go back and spend some more time there. From that,
did you bring her here?
Yeah, me and my cousin brought her to Florida, where we got together to have her 90th birthday party on Thanksgiving. So her birthday was on Thanksgiving.
Amen.
Her 90. Her kids was there. Rest in peace to my aunt. But her 2 kids were there. Her grandchildren, all of her grandchildren, surprisingly, was in one room all together. And her great-grands was there, except for my oldest. Her cousins, nieces, and nephews were there. So it actually turned out to be a great thing. Old people, you can't tell if they had a good time or if they're appreciative, but I want to just, my cousin probably not on here, but I definitely shout her out because she went through hell and high water to make this thing happen. So
that's dope.
I think I had the best Thanksgiving I had in my life.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, it was great.
Love it. And happy birthday to your grandmother.
Oh, thank you.
I know it's past, but 90 is
Yeah,
a wonderful age to get to.
right.
I'm trying to get to 45.
Oh, gee,
I
dang.
mean, for real.
Hope you get it.
Randy said they had Thanksgiving, but they did Friendsgiving on Saturday, and he's just recovering. That's beautiful, Hutch. Were you done? I'm sorry, before I go.
Oh yeah, I'm done.
I spent Thanksgiving with my sisters, of course. Yeah, we had a good time, and I really don't remember. I started setting up for Christmas. That's about it. I'm not done. I stopped at the tree, ironically enough. Pastor, welcome back. How was your holiday and weekend?
Holiday and weekend with my big sister. She made some dirty rice as usual and banana pudding. I just finished eating the dirty rice.
That's why you came on late? He was hungry.
No, I came on late because we had to upgrade our Xfinity equipment or whatever. So I was wondering why I wasn't working. There was so much. Then my wife says, "Oh, I haven't upgraded the equipment. They've been saying upgrade the equipment for like a year." I was like,
But a year.
But Pastor was actually here early.
That's my girl. Are you frozen or are you still holding your head like that? I think y'all might got to do a hard reboot.
Just do it.
You had that Michael Myers lean. What was you about to say, Six?
I watched the video on Instagram and I told my mother about it. But I wanted to ask you guys, what is the schedule of Thanksgiving food? When can you eat it no more? When must it have to go to the trash? What is acceptable?
Me personally, I don't eat most things past the third day.
So that would be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah, Sunday I'm on to something else. Now, I didn't cook, so Friday we were on to something else.
What about you, Hutch? What do you feel like the timeline should be?
As I get older, I would say 1-2 days. Sure. Shit. When you come from a Caribbean household, everything is down to the bottom. The bone, the turkey is made into soup, the ham becomes a soup. So everything is just gonna be eaten in that household. But, if I was to have a Thanksgiving in my house, I would want everybody to take everything to go and get it out of there. So 1 to 2 days, I would say. When we was over there, I think the next day I was just like, okay, turkey, rice. All right, this is it for me. So,
speaking of the Caribbean, I have a Caribbean question from you from the group.
You ain't answer yet. You didn't answer the question.
Oh, okay. So as Gilly said, Monday is all dead. So I tried to follow that, but I didn't cook, so it didn't matter. But
yeah,
I just thought it was funny what he was saying. Gilly's a funny dude.
I think when I was younger, we probably had to eat it until it was gone.
Yeah.
So, and I'm big on, I fear that something will make me sick. So I really don't eat beyond like 2 or 3 days. 3 days is a stretch.
Is that the same with your normal food?
Yeah.
A pot of spaghetti? I'll eat that bitch all week.
I made spaghetti on, I want to say Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm eating something different tonight.
Because the sugar made it go bad?
Nope.
Yo.
I swear. People who don't get so what was your next question?
Oh, this is a Caribbean question for Hutch.
Michigan.
I take it you've dated Caribbean women, have you?
No.
That's mud.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We're on your plans.
Funny thing in the group. So I ain't gonna say the person's name, but it was like a post about this girl taking off her panties and washing them in the shower. And this one girl in the
Oh, I
group
saw that.
said that's a Caribbean girl thing. So she takes her panties off and washes them in the shower too.
I
Just
think
wanted to know.
I think
What
it's
you
a foreign people thing. Africans do it, Caribbean people do it, probably people in Europe do it, but I think it's a foreign thing. But yeah, I've known for Caribbean and African people to do that.
The post was like, I don't want to date outside of my race or
Yeah.
culture because I don't want to have to explain why I take my shower, wash my panties in the shower. And somebody else was like, but who does that?
It's a norm. It's a norm.
Okay.
As a Caribbean male, do you wash your boxers in the shower too?
No, I think that's just a woman thing. I mean, I don't think the younger generation does it, but older people, they would do that, yeah. But I don't even think it's like wash it while you're in the shower. I think it's they wash it, hand wash it, and hang it up to dry. So it's not like they're going in the shower, taking it off.
I can see that.
The shower, they wash it, hang dry it. I mean, I guess it all depends on also what you're doing the next day or whatever it may be. But yeah, for the most part, a lot of them hand wash it, not while they're in the shower.
I think we read that post wrong because I do, as you explain it, I understand that more so. But
So is it a turn on?
What?
Is it a turn on? I mean, you just panties just hanging out the shower. It could work.
If you're something that you're used to, you're used to it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't like something that's different. It's just something that you probably seen growing up. But somebody who hasn't seen it growing up, they probably be like, "Yo, what's going on here?" But it's like okay, a lot of Caribbean places, or probably even in Africa, they wash their clothes and they hang them outside to dry.
Oh, like in Baltimore,
You know
like that place
too much.
downtown area.
First of
I
all,
seen
don't
it.
try to shade Baltimore
And I
because
seen it.
it sounds like a 10-year-old. But
And
I'll repeat it for Hutch. Hutch, does that turn you on to see someone's panties hanging out to dry?
What is that got to do with?
Or is that just the 10-year-old mindset that he has?
That's not a 10-year-old mindset. It can be sexy.
He said yes.
How is that sexy? I mean,
but like if your mama didn't do it, it's a difference.
Why is that a turn on though? How old are you?
Oh my gosh. I mean, a lot of things could be a turn on.
Fellas in the group, is that a turn on? Yeah. Randy had already answered it. It's just you. Sorry.
Oh, well, excuse me for being
weird.
That's not weird.
That was weird.
That's not weird.
It was weird.
Is that right? No comment. I'm gonna let that slide.
I'm sorry.
Y'all
you have any other questions, sir?
I come up with questions all day, so I'm just.
I was waiting for Pastor to come back because I wanted to talk about this since he was the one that brought it up. But Six, am I doing the comments by myself?
Yeah. I mean, when you say doing the comments, putting them up, I'll put them up. But
yes, can you at least do that?
There you go.
Everything dealing with underwear ain't automatically sexual. People just doing laundry. Randy, don't explain it to him.
No comment. I'm gonna keep my comments to myself. Y'all ain't ready for that.
We not. Clearly, we are not.
I'm imagining some lace, y'all talking about the cotton white shit.
Even like, why is it that so clean underwear turn you on? Just like if you see him sitting there, that's your thing.
Mysterious clean underwear might work.
What is mysterious clean? Are you used to a woman having dirty underwear? Like, what do you mean?
Well, I was just thinking back in my former life, when I had mysterious people with underwear.
If you walk in the bathroom right now and you see your wife's panties hanging up, are you like, it's go time?
That's the part of being old and married. It's a difference now.
So how's that a difference?
Then does
When
that
you're
not go to
young,
me saying that's a childish thought then?
no, it's not childish. We're old. It's a difference. If I was 20, 25, 30, if I was single, maybe.
All right, well, to each his own. I'm not gonna yuck your yum. But yeah.
We'll pray on it. Whatever. Did you listen to Gorilla?
Should I listen to the EP?
Did you listen to it?
Yeah, I listened to it.
What's your thoughts? Oh, I'm sorry. We can't
No,
talk.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
Talk about it. Speak on it.
We have a hater.
Speak on it.
I think this is their time to shine. Everybody who's coming out of Memphis right now, this is their time. You got the other girl who's Shabuya. Shabuya. I think she signed to QC.
I
So
thought she was with Hit Kid too.
I don't know, but I know she signed to QC. And that's Gorilla's homegirl. But
Yeah.
they it's their time right now. This is Memphis time. So if Gorilla keeps on pressing how she's pressing, even though the Sneaky Link song, I don't think it really is pushing how she thought probably would be. Well, at least not up here. But if she keep on having commercial songs, she'll go a couple more months. But this is Memphis time right now. So Memphis is about to be what Atlanta was doing.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I
just feel sorry because like Dolph died. Now Memphis is like blowing up.
Well, I mean, if your competition push you out the way, now just stop. I'm just joking.
You're absolutely right, because as you can see, he's outside heavy now. You know what I'm saying? And for all the ladies out there, that DM shit really worked for Yo Gotti, and he's out here living his best life with Angela. So, hey,
is that really how he got her?
Yeah, he hit her in the DM.
Also, I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not into comparing regular lives to celebrity lives.
It's all the same. It's just the difference is money.
Yeah, but they sometimes they operate above my pay grade.
Right. So it's all the same. I mean, if a guy who's on a normal level keeps on pressing a young lady and doing things, that she might like, she might respond to the DM.
So I saw I think it might have been in the group. I saw a post that was like about Safari and Erica Mena, and it was like he what's the word? Pursued her and kept chasing after her, and then once he got her, it was like all of a sudden he was crappy to her. So it was like, ladies, take that as a lesson that not to fall for the guys that heavily pursue you. I was like, so do you fall for the ones that are jerks to you? Like, how does that work?
You know what?
I don't think that works.
Is weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he pursued her real heavy, but maybe he wasn't ready for the whole shebang. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people tend to go the whole mile. You know what I'm saying? They go the whole mile thinking that that's what they want, and then they be like, "Oh no, I ain't ready for this part of the show." You know what I'm saying? And,
I mean,
I don't know.
Ain't that regular relationship shit? You see a girl, you be like, "Oh, she look good," and you pursue her. Then you get to know her, and then you like, maybe this ain't what I thought it was.
Okay,
Right.
but I think you should not marry and have kids with that person.
I mean, they did it pretty fast though.
Right. I didn't feel like it was that fast.
And you know what? To be honest, there's an underlying message in that. I mean, he had to beat Nicki to the punch.
Why you think that?
Because if your ex girl is the best rapper girl in the world, you better sling that dick to somebody after she get over you, or you gotta have a kid if she don't have one, just so you can one up her.
But I think that
I
Nikki
don't know
will
if I would
always
have
be
felt
on
it because
top.
hadn't they been split up for a while?
I think Nikki will always be on top of Safari, money wise, everything. You know.
Yeah, but he could say, I had my kid first." What did it?
If that's his brag,
I mean,
it. You know where I fall on that.
that was a
Grow-
wonderful thing to see
grow
a
up.
child being born.
No, it's not a wonderful thing because now you have these two screwed up people just screwing up a child.
I think the second one was more of an accident because,
Oh, they have two.
huh?
They have two.
They got.
And if you watch the show, like when he found out he went dirt bike racing or whatever, he was pissed off. Like he wouldn't even talk to her. No, oh, I'm sorry. I got to do my job. Excuse me.
Pastor, you back?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Hutch. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to Hutch for teaching me how to pronounce Nevis. I've been saying it wrong at work.
I've never said it before.
Think it's Nevis. One country. What is it? 2 countries, 1 flag.
Six. Is that how it works, bro? That's how you one up somebody? I think I missed that handbook.
These are the thoughts of only 6.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously Randy has won up a lot of people.
Hey, breadwinner.
Breadwinner said, "What it do?"
What's your real name?
Yo, bro, what it is?
So here's the thing. Pastor, what did you say about Lamar Jackson? Because I closed my screen.
Oh, you talking about what was it? Did you ask a question or you talking about in our group chat?
No, what's the question? Hold on. Is Lamar Jackson the right quarterback?
Is Lamar Jackson the quarterback for the next 5 years?
What do you think?
Ain't he doing good?
I do.
What's the question?
Is Lamar Jackson
Is Lamar Jackson the Ravens quarterback for the next 5 years?
He might not be the greatest, but he a good fit.
Not to say.
No. I didn't say the greatest. I said
not to say anything against like a Ravens, but I don't think he's gonna last for 5 years. Like his running is gonna wear him down. That's you know what I'm saying. You running and getting hit. That's gonna tear you apart.
How many years did Michael Vick play for?
What'd you say, Pastor?
How many years did Michael
I don't know.
Vick play for?
I'm just going on body. So I mean, hey, if that man want to keep on getting abused, I don't see 5 years. The next.
Well, how many years did he play? Because I don't know the answer to that.
Me neither.
But I'm assuming more than 5.
Randy, what's the answer?
I know Pastor know the answer.
I don't think so.
I think he do. I just think he keep freezing. Randy will tell us in a minute.
But do y'all really see a championship in the next 5 years for the Ravens?
Michael Vick played 13 seasons.
Oh,
he wasn't even paused. He was just thinking.
He was getting that. He said, "Randy don't have to get it. I got this."
If
he
Lamar
started 13 seasons?
Yeah, dude.
He started for 13 seasons?
Was there a gap in there also?
A little bit of jail time?
I believe it had to be a gap because he did time.
I just wanted to emphasize that not only, was it 13 years, but he had a break in between it and still did it.
I
mean, when you're in jail, you get your body right.
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
Right, but did he start for 13 seasons? Nobody had an answer?
What was that?
Randy, did he start for 13 seasons?
I don't know. So I hope you weren't waiting for an answer from me. I have absolutely My knowledge of football pertains to the game I'm watching in that moment. Well, the only thing I can tell you is when we won the Super Bowl. I can tell you after our Super Bowl, the first touchdown that was scored for the next season was scored by Vontae Leach, my favorite number 44.
How many years have y'all won the Super Bowl?
2.
And what years? What years were those?
It was like what 02 and 12. I really just know 12.
That's been a long time. It's 22.
Okay. When is your football team won?
2000
every year.
And 2020.
I win every year.
Okay,
I win,
yeah.
Sometimes on Madden, I win every weekend. And I do choose the
Randy said 200 season. What did I say?
2000.
I think that's supposed
The
to be
year
2000
and the year 2012.
Okay, I was going to say 200 season.
Those are the Super Bowl years.
Nobody has the Michael Vick answer?
I don't know I don't know if he started for 13 years. I don't know.
I don't think he started for 13 years.
But I think that answers his question about surpassing 5 years, though. I think that was the point he was making. I didn't think he was saying Lamar was going to go 13 years.
I don't
Just
even
that
know
it is
Lamar
possible
go
to
5
be.
years. The way they switch out quarterbacks so quickly these days. I don't think that they're going to always find a fault in something that he does. You know what I'm saying? When Flacco was hot, Flacco was hot. Next thing you know, Flacco ain't doing the job. We got to get rid of Flacco. So, you know what I'm saying? So, as far as that question go, you know how things go with these quarterbacks and these teams. They flip flop every season.
I feel like that might be regional. Because, I mean, them people who like the dude who had the Steelers quarterback, he rode for a long time, the old one.
Big Ben.
Roethlisberger?
Yeah.
He wasn't bad, though.
But I think in this area, they use quarterbacks and spit them out.
You know that he is a part of our region, right?
Okay, well, this area. Just like, I mean,
are you saying Baltimore specifically? Because literally,
no, I'm not, because I would like to include the DMV.
Like literally, that's our division and up the street from here.
Okay, well, what I really mean to say is the DMV. As far as like even the Commanders, like they take quarterbacks, even great ones, and they spit them joints out, and they be messed up the whole time.
I don't think you should really compare us to the Commanders.
Why?
It.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think that was a good one, but to each his own.
Okay. Isn't Odell going somewhere new?
We're still waiting, but he might go with racist Jerry Jones.
That might be crazy.
Let's speak on Jerry Jones.
It's a sports podcast.
So I can do a sports podcast, can't do a rap podcast. So it was a picture of Jerry Jones, and I will pull up the video, but I won't. Where was he at? In Arkansas?
I forgot the name of the school.
So basically, there's a picture of him. It's not the famous group of kids that were integrated into schools. I don't know what their names are. Forgive me. But at another school down the road, there was some black kids being integrated into the school, and photographed as him standing there with the white kids, I guess, protesting the black kids coming. So I wish I would have prepared to pull up the video, because they basically asked him, like, you know, what was going on? What was going through your mind? He was like, honestly, I was just thinking I'm going to get in trouble by my coach for, being out here. And they were like, well, do you regret even being in that photo? And he was like, I mean, I wouldn't pull up the picture. But just never said, you know what, that now that I've learned, I've grown from that. I wish I was not a part of that. I think that's all the word was looking for.
Mm.
However, what's that guy name? Stephen A. Smith.
Sure.
This ninja
It's cool.
was like, I'm mad. And I ain't mad for the reasons everybody think. I'm mad because that's my friend. And I feel like y'all went and pulled a picture up from 60 years ago when he was 14. And y'all want to be mad at him about something he did when he was 14? It's like, this was wrong with cancel culture.
Well, Emmett Till was 14 years old too, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
And they killed Emmett Till.
But the thing was, and I saw this said on another podcast, so I don't want to make it seem like I was the one who came up with this. But the thing was, I never heard of anybody trying to cancel him, and I don't think you can. You got to catch him saying the N-word on tape and saying that he gonna sell these football players before that happened. But they was just like, "Do you regret being there?" And he was like, I thought everybody was going to eat the chips. That's basically his response. Instead of whether you believe, because, since Stephen A. Smith wants to say cancel culture, whether you wish you wouldn't have been there or not, you could just be like, you know what? I've learned, I'm pretty sure they were all racist. Like, if you look back at the date and draw a map to everything that was going on, I would have never thought that Jerry Jones was on the right side of corruption. That thought never crossed my mind. I was never like, oh, he was probably a champion for blacks all his life. Never thought that. I wouldn't say that about our president, honestly. I mean,
These words
all
are
these people.
Latoya's words, and
I stand 10 toes down on them. What I'm saying is, when I look at old white men past a certain age, and I'm not saying all white people are racist.
Stereotype.
I'm not saying that at all. But in my mind, I start off with, you were probably a racist. Maybe you came around.
So it's deny all at first.
Yeah, I mean, that was an easy get out of jail free card. That was oh my God. I wasn't really protesting because you can't tell what, Yeah, I didn't see, when I looked at it, I don't recall seeing him saying, "Niggers, get out of here." So we can't hold him to that. He could have been like, I was just trying to get inside before my coach got mad at me. I had nothing to do with that. Or I was misguided back then. I was brought up in a racist time, but I'm not that person anymore. Look at my black friend, Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, that's a lot.
There are ways. Now, I think I had a conversation earlier about, I'm not about apologizing.
You do say that.
But, as Dave Chappelle said, it's just some shit Like, you either don't say it or, just say this to make them shut up.
Yeah.
But Stephen A. Smith, he is mad at any of y'all who mad at Jerry Jones.
Well, let's address the elephant in the room. What's your guess?
You don't have to address that. Just keep going. Jesus.
Oh. I put it in the description and everything. We got
okay. Well, we'll get there.
Okay.
Anyway, any other thoughts on Jerry Jones and whether
I just feel like for some.
What'd you say? Oh.
I was saying
that's what
for him to say he didn't know what was going on. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah.
I said for him to say that he didn't know what was going on, it's like, I'm saying, hey guys, there's a rally today. Some niggas are going to be coming to the school. Let's go down there and see. No, you knew what was going on. You knew what was happening. And you chose to go down to that rally. You know what I'm saying? And me and my cousins was talking about this weekend about, how do you say that? Back in the day, that's something that you can expect from that type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that type of guy, but that was going on back then. They was going down there doing certain things. Like I said, again, like Emmett Till. Hey, He, you know, supposedly he whistled at a young white lady, and he was lynched during his time. You know, so if Emmett at 14 knew what he was doing, I know that Jerry Jones knew that it was a protest or a rally going on because several or a couple of black children were coming to that school, and they was trying to bring them in, so he knew what was going on. But hey, this is Jerry Jones. This is the big Dallas Cowboys owner. Who's going to tell this man anything? And how are they going to cancel Jerry Jones, make him pay $500,000, send him to a class, and suspend him, and write a check to the National College Black Negro Fund or whatever?
He needs to be suspended for 5 games, pay that fine. He needs to sit before all the famous black pastors.
Yeah.
I want it all.
Yeah. So, at the end of the day, as people sit here and keep on saying that we cannot change things, I feel it's bullshit, and LeBron is one that, he should be leading the pack of certain things are said. When the lady says shut up and dribble, he has something to say about that. But at the end of the day, we as our own culture and our own people, we don't stick together. We're not going to sit here. As many black and brown players that they have in the NBA, baseball, NFL, we can all just sit down and not play. And I bet it will be a change. I bet certain things will happen. So, we need to really get it together and stick together.
Are you saying we need a new Black Panther movement?
We need something. We need something. The black Jews are out there at the Brooklyn games, supporting Kyrie. But hey, nobody's announcing that. Nobody's talking about that. Nobody's supporting that.
I didn't hear about that.
Didn't hear about it neither.
I don't follow anything basketball related, honestly. So I'm not gonna blame society on why I didn't hear about it. If it ain't about Michael Myers and Halloween, I probably ain't heard about it in the past couple months.
So do you feel like if we were back in the day, any one of y'all would be part of the movement, the Black Panther movement?
I think it's certain things that back in the day, things just happened. Like you were into something, as far as it being Black Panthers, or if you was riding with the Muslims, as far as Farrakhan and them guys. I think that back in the day, black people were just trying to find themselves and get into something. Because even like my mother came to New York City, and all of a sudden she picked up African dancing. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things of different times, different cultures, different times and different eras, where black people were just trying to find their way, fit into something. So, as far as, and a lot of Black Panthers, they were recruiting a lot of those, a lot of black people as well, especially coming from Vietnam and those type of things, But I think that it would have been a great time to, be in those type of things. But you had to also know that you was gonna be in some trouble, because, hey, again, when we do something, it's a problem. So the FBI would have been wanting Six Head and everybody else.
I didn't say I would have been part of it. I didn't say
he wouldn't have been on there.
No. I was just
right.
About to say it's kind of like choosing between the blow stuff up and the turn the other cheek. It's kind of choosing between Malcolm X and Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. That's what
Pastor, back in the day, do you feel like you would have been part of the movement?
No.
Pastor would have been with
He said no.
Do I stand with black people? Sure, I do. But like Hut said, with the radical protests and stuff like that, and blowing stuff up and doing that stuff, I can't say I wouldn't have been with that.
Okay. I think the difference also back then is we as a people had less. So they didn't really have I mean, I know Kanye says that, slavery was a choice, but I think like the people who, when you go back as far as like Brother Malcolm and Brother Martin and Brother Newton, we didn't have as much, so we had to fight. We had to fight. Like you had to. That I'm sure there were some people who sat back and was like, "I'm just gonna mind my business and sip my tea," but it was more so you had to. We weren't equal.
Yeah, the sad part is
They fought so that we could say we ain't gonna do it.
Yeah. Sad thing is, wherever your maybe not your parents, maybe your grandparents, maybe whoever chose to live, certainly kind of almost changed your destiny. Like, if you lived in Compton at such and such a year, there was maybe like an 80% chance you were gonna be a gangbanger. I was watching Friday, and when the pop said, I would have never moved in this neighborhood if I knew you would have to walk away with a gun. When I heard that the first time, it was probably like, oh, ha, ha. But now that I'm older, I'm like, damn, that's some real stuff, yo.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's still like that today?
I feel like when you go to certain neighborhoods, you have to form alliances. You know what I'm saying? You have to be, and I think now, like those neighborhoods in Chicago, if you're not going to be in what they're doing, you will be a prisoner in your own neighborhood. Look at the Carter.
Yeah.
When they took over the Carter, it was basically get down or lay down.
What's the Carter?
It was a building where they sold drugs.
Is that in New York?
From
Yes.
Jackson.
Okay. Hey, Sasha. So also,
You're not gonna read Breadwinner's comment?
huh?
Ain't nobody gonna read Breadwinner's comment?
I told him to tell me his
Breadwinner
name.
said, I'm rolling with.
Go ahead.
Breadwinner
Sorry.
said, I'm rolling with Malcolm X. Whites can't have Dr. King. I respect your opinion, Breadwinner. I'm gonna roll with Dr. King, but I will say this: I feel like both of them were very instrumental.
I'm somewhere in the middle.
I don't think that
I can turn the other cheek so that I'm pulling my fist back to punch you with the hand.
I don't think that brother Martin. I think that it was times where, yeah, he was turning the other cheek, but you know damn well he had his people too who was putting up the fight. But it can't be just everybody's Malcolm X.
Do you feel like
Right? That's why I said there's got to be a balance.
Yeah. Do you feel like without that balance, we would be in the situations that we are in now? Not saying they're bad situations, but the better of equality.
I really feel like we should have been like Brother Malcolm, to be honest, because if we would have been like Brother Malcolm, even though it was a time where Malcolm wanted to, come together and be a part
I was
of.
about to say, I think when we talk about Malcolm X, we only speak about one part.
Yeah.
And we don't necessarily speak of him as a whole.
Yeah, so the Malcolm that was for the fight for Farrakhan and all those, not Farrakhan, I'm sorry, Elijah Muhammad and all that good stuff. If we would have remained on that path, I think we would have been more powerful as a people. I don't remember if y'all remember when DC PG had the Guardian Angels. I think that was like a form of going off of Black Panthers as well. But it's like for us, they just put us in certain situations where it's like, man, we're gonna always be niggas. You know what I'm saying? To them, we're gonna always be slaves. We're gonna be always niggas. When the slavery was supposedly quote unquote abolished, then they started to have police. You know what I'm saying? Now you got police and you jailing people. You still got people probably in the 80s, late 70s doing time for petty drug crimes. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing but slavery. You know, send them to the projects, put them on welfare. And not to say that white people are on welfare because they act like they're not, but they got a hell of people on that's white that's on welfare as well. But it's like, look at us. There's no way in hell that this guy, Stephen A. Smith, should be backing this guy in that type of situation. When do we say enough is enough? You know what I'm saying? For our people, when we start to stand up, like I said, it's a lot of black and brown playing sports. And we can at any time sit down. And it will affect a lot. It will change a lot. I'm sure it will.
Do you feel like Stephen A. Smith should be canceled?
Well, I'm not gonna say cancel, but I feel like he needs some type of PR training. I think he just like when they got mad when Kanye said that slavery was a choice and all that shit. Stephen A. Smith should also be pulled up like, yo, are you serious right now? I'm mad with those. I'm mad. How you gonna be mad with us? How you mad with us? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy to me. If this man is in a photo, and who knows where this photo came from? Who knows why somebody is mad with this man that they posted this photo after all these years? That man got to be on his deathbed, and he was 14 years old at the time. Who knows where this photo came from? But the point of the matter is that man was in a room full of white young men, young women, and they were there to harass and criticize and torture and make them black kids feel like they was nothing. And he was in that room. He had a choice to stay at home, or he had a choice to go to that protest or that march or whatever it was. So therefore, he should be also saying, I ain't gonna say he should apologize because yeah, he was 14 and that was many moons ago. But damn, can he at least say, you know what, I was wrong for that or something? Can we get something out the deal? Like, we ain't getting shit. You know what I'm saying? The Jewish people, they get hella shit. They get big respect. What do we get? But tearing stuff down.
It is because I think it's also we put the weight on celebrities to do everything. And not just, it's more people than it is celebrities. But what happens is somebody does something offensive and we don't stand 10 toes down on it. Gucci could put out a Lynch sweatshirt tomorrow. As long as they take it down, they don't even gotta take it down. You're gonna hear everybody talking about I'm gonna still wear my Gucci belt. I'm gonna still wear my Gucci loafers.
Yeah.
Like we aren't. It's not. Would it have been better if everybody was more like Malcolm or if everybody was more like Martin? It would be better if we actually stood for something right now. We do dumb shit like we're gonna protest for a day and then go shopping there the next day. And I'm not
spend twice the money.
like it just makes no sense at all. But we want effective change. Like, even if you didn't believe in this might be a bad example because I probably wouldn't back it, but even if you didn't believe in what Kanye said, I'm sorry, what Ye said, or if you I didn't want you to add her yet because I was going to introduce her, but
okay. I mean,
it's too late. You already did it.
I mean, I can't guess what you're thinking.
I said anyway. Like, we don't have to keep talking about stuff. What was I saying? I guess like if we don't stick to it, like it's kind of pointless, and we don't. But we want all of the NBA to sit out. How about we all stop watching the NBA when it was the NFL and Colin Kaepernick? It was nobody could boycott football, and they was like, "Oh, I can't do that." But you want every NFL player to stop. It's more of us than them. If you really want to make a stand, hold yourself to the fire. Hold us as a people to the fire. I do believe, I agree with you in part that, if y'all feel like he getting a raw deal, y'all can't be like, well, fuck it, we ain't playing. But I also feel like it'll make a bigger impact, not just don't watch the game. You can't support their sponsors. These are sacrifices that we're willing to make. The difference between whether you agree with Martin and Malcolm is that they had people backing them and supporting them. So we have a guest today. It is my friend Crystal. She is also a podcaster. I'm not going to go through her bio. I'm going to let her introduce herself, and then she can be a part of this conversation. Go ahead, Nada.
Hi.
Hey, Crystal.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome
how
to
you
the
doing?
podcast.
Long
Tell us
time fan.
about yourself.
I just want to start here. I'm a fan. On Wednesdays, on my commute home, I put the show on. I listen to y'all. I've been trying to comment. Y'all can't see my face. Y'all always like, who's that? Who's that? That's me.
The one that says Facebook user.
The one that says Facebook user. That's me, usually. I'm the Facebook user. You said about my bio.
Yeah, tell us about
I
yourself.
am from Loud and Wrong Podcast Network. Basically, I do all the things for the podcast. There's 2 podcasts. There's the Loud and Wrong Podcast. Let Me Tell You podcast. That's the one that's currently running. So if you want to hear 2 ladies talk about movies and TV shows and the like, that's us. We are everywhere you find podcasts, including YouTube. Hey!
Talk about Halloween or something, be on there.
I am Facebook user.
Welcome.
Okay, so also tell them how you know me.
Our husbands are friends. Our husbands are friends.
We're part of the Wives Club.
Yeah, we're the wives. It's a group of us that are wives of the husband.
Oh, I thought y'all was both in a Diddy fan club.
Oh.
Take that.
Not that husband, my real husband, Marlon White. So now that you joined into the conversation, do you have something? I know you have some. Oh, by the way, as she said, they review movies and TV shows also, right? So they don't really talk about what's going on in the world and hot topics. So she wanted to join us so she can give us all her opinion.
I mean, y'all was doing hot topics on the ride, and then once I got here, y'all got 1960s on me. Do I have an opinion? I think the question posed was, would you be a part of any of the radical groups of the civil rights movement?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Malcolm X or Dr. Martin Luther King.
I'm gonna say my temperament is definitely more Martin Luther King. I'm more of a sitting girl than a burn shit down girl. But let's go into the sit-in. I'll do that. I'm okay with the sit-in. That's probably the group I would be more likely to be a part of.
Let's talk about it.
That's it. She said she ain't burning nothing down.
I'm more like no. I mean, if poked, I'll burn shit down. But I'm more likely the person who will sit at the restaurant and lock elbows, and that's more my speed of protest.
I seen a Boondocks episode about that, and it didn't turn out well.
No, you end up getting hosed.
Freedom Riders.
I've only seen a couple episodes of the Boondocks. I'm sorry, guys.
You should watch it. It's kind of your speed.
Marlon always used to try and get me to watch. So those are the episodes I've seen. Like he set me down to watch them, but y'all know my program is laid out for the next years. So
Lifetime.
It's hard to listen here. My shirt says it's either serial killer documentaries or Christmas movies. Either way, we slaying or slaying. That's where that's my sweet spot.
So we're about to get to the
You're missing so much that way though.
Toya, go with the Christmas movies, okay? Love you.
Listen, I like a good documentary about a killer. Listen here, let me tell you, I love a good case. Whether you were good or bad, like I'm into it. Whether you been exonerated, shout out to Adnan because I'm reading his book.
Shout out to Adnan Saeed, man.
Scott Peterson, I don't think he did it now. Or your, other people who did do some shit. Your Dahmers, your what was the cute one?
Why you don't think Scott Peterson did it?
It's a lot of things that I just, even when I watched the movie, I was like, maybe he didn't. And I think that most of our reasons for why we thought he did it were just initial bias.
I mean, didn't
he
did
was
he
the
run to, like,
first?
the airport with like mad money and change his hair color?
He tried to run.
So, but I thought about
That's a
that
bad
because like
giveaway.
I was watching something and they was like, they was like, did we know if he was running? Because he was actually headed towards where his parents lived. And
But didn't he like dye his
really think
hair
he
and
was-
like have a suitcase? Like he was legit
I
running.
think he was running, but I also will probably run thinking that the whole world, nobody, like, I'll be honest, it wasn't until recent years diving into that case that I said maybe he didn't do it. When I heard they found her body, I knew nothing about these people. And I said, oh, her husband did it. And I didn't want to hear anything after that.
He dyed his hair and went to the airport with a bunch of money.
He didn't get to the airport.
Oh, well, he was going.
He was driving towards where his parents lived.
Is that in the same direction as the airport?
I mean, it might be. No, it wasn't even the thing about him going towards the airport. It was him leaving the country.
That's what I thought he was fleeing the country.
He was driving though.
Oh.
So I mean, we can get into that later because I got more fun stuff I want to talk about.
Okay.
Since you're here, Crystal, let me ask you first as our guest. Is Chris is her husband? Am I allowed
He's
to
right
say his
here.
name? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I guess so. Could
He's
you say your name?
in the group, right?
He said yeah. I don't think it's in the. I added him a bit ago, but I don't. Are you in there?
I saw his name in there. I was like, my husband ain't even in here. And she put hers in.
My brother's in this group.
Is Chris?
I found out after I was already in here. I feel like one of y'all correctional officers. Or used to be.
No comments.
Okay, he's in this group, and I figured he might have been a coworker or somebody. That's why I was like, oh, what are you doing here?
Is Chris allowed to have a female best friend? And best friend, not female friend. I mean, you can tell us if he ain't allowed to have female friends at all. But I mean, best friend.
Chris in 2022, is he allowed to have female best friends? I'm his best friend, so yes, right?
You don't count. You don't count.
I'm gonna say this. It's a complicated question.
Crystal. Well played. Well played.
It's a complicated question. There was a time where he did have like a best friend that somebody he considered a best friend who was a female, who was a woman. It was some continuity issues, in my opinion. So we had to change the dynamics there. So
Charles.
I mean, it's complicated, I guess. But I am not a strong believer in men and women being that real close like that. I'm not a strong. I don't really go hard for that.
Okay.
If that answers the question good enough.
Okay. Viewers, you can answer in the chat. Randy, I know your fingers are dying. Pastor, is Shayna allowed to have a male best friend? No.
In the word of Crystal, like the champagne. I'm her best friend. Did that answer the question?
No, that does not. You don't count.
I feel like it's a great answer. It's champagne, but I say champagne.
Crystal, say it again. Can you repeat what you just said?
You were right with saying champagne. I say champagne because there's no silent letters. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I heard that part. I want you to say that it was a great answer.
The answer does not.
Oh, what I said about my husband?
It does not. So no, the answer is no for you. 6.
It's complicated. It can be complicated.
Is my girl allowed to have a male best friend?
Yes, as long as he's part of the community.
What did we say? Oh.
What?
Hutch.
Oh.
Is your significant other allowed to have a male best friend?
Sure, why not?
Okay. That we have a yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said yes too.
At the end of the
If
day,
he's gay.
you can't stop somebody from being somebody's friend. Like, what if we get a divorce and then I stop you from having your best friend?
So I changed it. I did say I switched it from friend to best friend. Now, I personally, today I say no. I think when Marlon and I started dating, we did come into the relationship with people we considered to be best friends that were of the opposite sex. Now, I am a caring and considerate person. So, and my friend at the time got in a relationship, I think the same time I got into one. And I am like, hey, I met this guy online today. I'm going to marry him. So I probably got to diminish our friendship a little because I need to put my energy here. But I do think, hey, Danny. That's my Danny, y'all. Don't look for the other Danny. I do think I would say no now. Now, let me tell y'all why I'm going to say no. Now, it's hard. I don't know if I would have the guts to be like, hey, meet somebody and be like, hey, you need to get rid of that best friend. Now, if I feel like the best friend don't know they role, then I'm going to say you got to get rid of them. But I think
It's really about boundaries.
It's hard to come into a relationship and be like, I know you just met me 2 weeks ago, but I don't like that bitch. She got to go. I don't think that really works out well. But what I will say is no new friends.
Crystal,
I mean, do you really? Does anybody really have
today? I
Both of y'all
posted a
talking.
status that said, "In the absence of boundaries, there's chaos." Oh my bad.
I'm about to say it's all about boundaries.
Oh,
it's all about boundaries.
What Randy said?
I said, Crystal. I posted a status that said, "In the absence of boundaries, there's chaos."
Everywhere in life, in every part of life.
Randy said if we had them already, definitely. If that friendship builds during the relationship, then more than likely he's my friend too. That's a good point. So the reason why I asked this question is because Blair Underwood is engaged to his best friend of 41 years.
I saw that.
However, he just got a divorce last year.
Mm-hmm.
So
you don't know that relationship might have started building after the year.
It could have, but do you really think so?
I mean, it's a possibility. You might look at her.
Come on, put yourself in that situation.
A lot of people do.
God forbid you get a divorce and she gets engaged next year to somebody that you know already. You really not going to think they had something going on?
I would be on vacation and I wouldn't be paying attention.
You a lie. Like, I'm going, at least in the back of my mind, when I talk to my friends and my sisters, I'm going to be like, yeah, that bitch been plotting the whole time. She been sitting there waiting for me to slip up. And I know, no offense to any of the men on this panel right now, but I know y'all sometimes be sitting and waiting for a nigga to slip up. So you can slide right in.
For what?
Non-married men. So that was one of the things that they said. They was like, they was like, if both couples are in a relationship, I ain't for all that. No, it's a no. It's a hard no.
Y'all don't feel like that's a little controlling?
Maybe.
What's trolling?
Controlling.
Controlling. No.
I mean,
like this person right here was just like
Naya. No friend zone. My husband is not having a female friend.
Like that's a little bit.
I think that we're just not acknowledging like relationships are complicated, and not just a romantic relationship. Friendships are complicated, and if we're just using Blair Underwood's situation as an example, it's too easy for the right circumstances to fall in line for those lines to get blurred, which is why I'm not comfortable with it, because who's to know under the right circumstances, I trust my husband. But who's to say if he wasn't my husband and we haven't been together this long? Let's say we're in a more insecure position in our relationship. Things happen. You drunk, you pillow talking, you whatever. Things happen. And now I'm looking crazy. I got to kill everybody. So let's not do it. Let's not even try. Let's just not even cross that. Let's not even do it.
Is it more
doesn't
so
the Bible speak on
person
not
being
putting yourself
insecure?
I can't hear.
Go ahead, Toy.
No, you go ahead. Answer the question.
Are we not saying that maybe the person's being a little insecure?
I would say the relation. It could be a person being insecure. I'm somebody who believes that people have insecurities. It's a part of life. You experience things.
That's me. I believe that I have them,
and that's a part of your relationship. Do you respect whatever I have going on? Do I respect what you have going on? I'm not going to disrespect my relationship by being all up under some nigga, some dude. I'm just going to do it. I respect my husband.
This is your best friend.
Same way you shouldn't be up under some girl. My best friend wouldn't be a dude because I wouldn't get that close to a dude. I've been in a relationship for a very long time. I wouldn't do it. There's no room for him in my life.
So
I wouldn't make space for him to be close to me.
Because you have a opposite sex best friend, you're gonna be up under him? That's just your friend.
What do you mean?
I mean, you just said you wouldn't be under no nigga or whatever case may be. That's your best friend. That's your best friend. So if your husband came into the marriage with a female best friend, you would want him to cut her off?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like somebody new, not an old person.
Oh, okay.
Not somebody you've been friends with since you was in kindergarten, but like a new person that develops into a best friend. I would be side-eyeing her. I ain't gonna hold you.
Randy said, funny thing is, if the Blair Underwood situation was a movie, y'all would be rooting for them to get together.
The fuck
anyway.
I would.
I wouldn't.
No, excuse me, can I curse in here? No, I would not.
You can't. I do it all day. I wouldn't. Randy, you know me very well, and you know one of the things I say about my Hallmark Christmas movies is they big on infidelity.
Mm-mm.
And I'm not cool with it. Everybody
like
fall in love with somebody else's partner. I ain't with it.
I could be wrong, but I think Crystal is saying that she's all the best friend her husband needs.
This guy, we're gonna take that and make it a character.
Am I saying it right?
We're gonna talk about everything. Right? I'll watch your movies. We'll play games together.
Oh, Lord.
Well, I will tell y'all, my husband says I am not his best friend. And I'd be like, okay, but I dare you in the middle of the night to need somebody. Who you gonna call? Not none of them. It's me.
I'm okay with him having a best friend if that person been around for a long time. I think it's really about I don't make space for new men in my life. I don't do it. I've been in a relationship for a very long time. So
listen,
you don't got a work husband?
No.
And I hate when people have work spouses. That don't work for me either.
I mean, it works for some people, but just not me.
I don't make space for new people. I have known Marlon.
You made space for me.
Listen, I was about to say, as long as I've been with Marlon, when did I start hanging out with y'all?
It's been like it's only been like a year for all of us.
Yes, it took all this time for these relationships to come together.
You see, they mention often that like I took Chris. I'm just now letting them go.
You know our friends?
Me?
Huh? You talking to me?
Yeah.
I told you my husband said y'all coworkers.
Oh, okay, Marlon. We coworkers. Okay.
He said, out 6. You might be the only one out because Hutch show up like a godfather. He at the races. Pastor is watching the races even while he at a wedding. We going to church with them. You and Shamika need to show up. Besides to work.
I get it.
In order to be a friend.
I don't want to be your friend either.
You and Kathy ain't working hard enough to be my friend.
Funny, me and Kathy live the farthest.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Not like that.
Me and Kathy live the farthest.
Pastor.
Not like that.
You want Shayna to be my only friend?
Say again?
Huh? You want Shayna to be my only friend?
What'd
you say? You heard me.
No, I don't want Shayna to be your only friend. Don't.
So just ride with what I said. I claim you and Hutch.
I appreciate it, but don't do 6 like that on here. Not here. What he say on
We know
Fire
the
Heartbeats? Not in here. Not in here.
Whatever. I am nice to Six.
I know the real. If I had some chicken, she'd
I
be
pick
my
up his
best friend.
food and don't complain.
If I had
I
some
gave
chicken,
Six
we'd
a
be
whole
all
birthday
best
party
friends.
last year on the show,
Speaking of,
but my
Nah.
husband said you were coworker. Anyway, so
look
I
at
mean
that.
that's just I will say. Also, we are who we are because of our experiences. So also some of my experiences shaped that my idea of why, like I said, we came into the relationship with best friends of the opposite sex. And I remember I respect people boundaries, their relationships. I don't plan on being the person you call in the middle of the night. So I know how to fall back. When my friend got engaged, I think I got married first, but like I was never like a thorn in their relationship. They had other people who were best friends. I didn't mean the quotations. I'm sorry, put my hands down because I don't know who watching. But they had other
That was a
people who they
subliminal.
felt like
That was shade.
didn't practice boundaries, and that can cause when people don't practice boundaries. And I think as friends, we sometimes have an entitlement thing. So let me give you an example. If I'm sitting with Marlon and Aaron, there's a big difference from Aaron being like, remember when we did such and such, and they laugh and I don't know what the story is, versus me sitting with Marlon and Keisha, and Keisha like, remember we did such and such, and Toya wasn't there. She don't know.
What's the difference?
I will burn it down.
What's the difference?
You're so vicious on the show.
It's a difference. Because I
What
also
is the
feel like I don't feel like men would do it. Like I don't feel like my homeboy would do that. But women can be shady. Because you see, I added on the end. She like, Toya don't know about that because she wasn't there. Aaron not gonna do that. Aaron gonna be like, oh, Toya, you wasn't there. Aaron gonna clue me in.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna make sure I know what's going on. But a girl would be like, this my best friend. I own him. We're like that with our female friends.
You sound like you got some hostility.
I'm just saying.
Like it already happened.
Somebody
to
be
you.
some control. Sounds like a little bit of control.
Then he said, not burn it down. I'll set the bitch on fire. I'm sorry. As soon as, no. And like I said, no new friends. Ain't no need to get that close to somebody that's your best friend.
But the only person who really is responsible for respecting you and your relationship is your husband. Which is another reason why I don't make space for other people that close to my, especially men, because like only person I am contractually obligated to is Chris.
Yes.
And I want everybody in my life to understand that.
The podcast I was watching, they gave an example, and she was like, so what happens is your husband calls you because, he needed something, and you're not able to do it. You at work, you got the kids, something, and you're like, all right, I'm going to call Tammy. And Tammy like, oh, don't worry about it. I got it. You only got to ask her next time. I can do it. So then Tammy becomes your person that you run to when you, because even in just being nice, you're like, I don't want to overburden my wife. Tammy free, she can do it. No,
you're leaving space for her to move her butt.
All you need is me.
Oh my gosh. Why don't y'all just focus on being the best woman y'all can be?
That's why I'm gonna be the best. I am every woman.
I
am all you need.
I'm
gonna be honest. If Marlon break down and be like, I called my homeboy to come get me, I'm gonna be like, why didn't you call me and Mimi to drag our asses out this house?
That would be a reason. That would be an issue.
And he'd be like, I ain't want you to carry Mimi.
So
put her on my back.
What's so crazy is the example you gave. I can respect why you saying that. If Marlon is going to Tammy, you're absolutely right. Now Tammy is, the go-to person. Now it's looking like, okay, well, Tammy made dinner tonight. Oh, what? Now, oh yeah, me and Tammy went to have drinks. So yeah, now we're spending a lot of time with Tammy. So I can understand that. But a best friend that's a best friend, like, oh yeah, this is my best friend, this is my close friend, or whatever the case may be, and we're not running to that person. That is different than, oh, now I'm running to Tammy, because Tammy seemed like now Tammy trying to get in there, because Tammy is like, yeah, you can call me anytime, no problem, anytime at night. Any time of day, yeah. So with that part, yeah, I can respect that. But as
Tammy
far
needs to get her
as,
own dick in her life.
huh?
Tammy needs to get her own dick in her life.
Right. So as far as just having a
But
good.
then also, Tammy gonna want to call in the middle of the night when she needs something.
Right.
And
Not
I'll be damned.
necessarily.
If it ain't your mama, you ain't getting out this bed to go help nobody. If you got to go help one of your boys, we need to FaceTime the whole time.
I'm a strong believer in helping people. Like if somebody had a flat tire, one of Chris' friends had a flat tire, some woman that whatever. Let's say she had a flat tire and it's the middle of the night. I would not say go ahead because I don't want to be stuck on the side of the road myself. But when it gets back, the question is going to be, well, who else? Why would she call you? Like, why were you the first option? But I would let her get up off the side of the road because I don't want nobody stuck outside. But also, what about you two made that an option for her?
I will say, I'm probably a more helpful person than Marlon is, to be honest. So I would not want her to sit on the side of the road. And I honestly, even though some of these people on here are just coworkers, just one. Like, I mean, I hope they wouldn't call me. Like, I can't help you with a broke down car, but like, anybody could call. It could be Crystal. It could be Six. It could be Pastor. It could be Kathy. It don't matter. If you call me and you say you stranded, I will get out of my bed. Like, I don't want anybody to be stranded, but I don't want you to be her go-to. Like, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think anybody sitting on this live right now is calling me first. When they maybe because Crystal lives near me, she'll be like, "Hey, bitch, come get me." I know you said you wouldn't, but come get me.
My husband is a default. People call Chris when they need him. His phone is constantly.
See, that's not my husband.
He's Captain Save-A-Ho. He's constantly saving these hoes.
That's more me. That's more me. Now, but I'll send Marlon. That's the only thing.
Depending on that relationship, I'm gonna be asking some questions.
You're like, what?
So, do you guys not get like a vibe that this is it's kind of like a thing with you guys? I don't.
It might be.
I just think it's a thing with you guys.
With just us two in particular.
Jay, that can't be your best. That doesn't count.
What'd you say?
I was reading the comment.
No.
That don't count. I don't think it's just us. I think maybe it's just a female thing. But so let me bring it back to you.
My good female friend doesn't have a problem.
Huh?
My good female friend wouldn't have the same problem.
Okay, so Six, if Shamika had a male best friend that is not gay.
I didn't say gay. He had to be part of the community.
He's not.
Are you in the lifestyle? Six?
No.
Because he keeps saying
I didn't know what the community was. I was trying to figure out.
I just don't get canceled. I mean, I've been on the chopping block
because
before.
we asked them not to say the alphabet group anymore. So
that community.
He's moved over to the community. So if he's not
he was outside.
Community, is it okay for her to have a best friend? And is it okay for that male best friend to call on her when he may need her in the middle of the night?
It's okay for Shamika to have such and such, but I know Shamika, so I know that she wouldn't be for it.
All right.
She wouldn't leave, is what you're saying. She wouldn't go. She wouldn't go.
The warden wouldn't be for it.
What'd you say?
The warden wouldn't be for that.
Exactly. Exactly. He be after.
I'm not BSing.
Sergeant wouldn't be for that. Sergeant ain't call nobody.
Let me see what my other questions were. Sorry.
I just think relationships are complicated. It's not just cut and dry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like I said, if you had I'm not gonna say I haven't developed friendships that are very close, but I have one person that I call my best friend. I'm sorry, Isis too, but she's a child. I have one adult that I legitimately, this is my best friend, has been my best friend for the majority of my life.
You want to shout them out?
Huh?
You want to shout them out?
Dr. Randy.
Okay. Hey,
Dr.
Dr.
Randy has
Randy.
been my best friend all my. Now, I do believe you can have platonic friendships. When I was younger, and I think I have relationships with males. I think because I never had brothers. So I have like brotherly, sisterly relationships that aren't brothers and sisters that fuck. But really, I treat them like brothers.
The fact that that's even a thing, though, makes me uncomfortable. Someone be like, "That's my best friend, that's my brother," and then 2 weeks later, they've been sleeping like
exactly.
Those lines get so blurred nowadays. That's what makes it so uncomfortable. It's not just like my personal insecurity. It's like the world just like they just be making these things not cut and dry. So like it's complicated, and I'm gonna be watching.
Y'all sound real hype. Like this is a thing.
Oh, I didn't say it wasn't.
Is it not a thing? So you never heard two people saying they're brothers and sisters and then find out,
and then they end up screwing.
But look, y'all seem like y'all really invested. Like it's
thing. So we talking like how you talk about rappers that you don't know.
Yes, maybe so.
Okay. I'm sorry, Pastor. I took it there. I know you don't want me to be mean to him, but
it's all good. I was just gonna say because we got away from it. I was just gonna say when you said that if people called you and they were stranded, I was just gonna say I feel like you would pull up listening to Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Bad Boy.
Nope, I'm gonna pull up listening to my homeboy VIP Gutter. Or listening to a book. It's one extreme to the next.
Well, if it's in the middle of the night, you probably don't want to listen to the book.
What you say?
If it's the middle of the night, you probably don't want to listen to the book because y'all might not make it home.
Listen, this is a total aside, but when we went to Chicago and our flight got canceled when we were in New York and had to drive back, I was listening to episodes of Modern Family, and one of the ladies in the car was like, "So we really gonna listen to this the whole way?" I said, "The whole way." I said, "All 6 hours, you gonna get this Modern Family."
That's what 6.5 episodes.
No, probably 12.
Toya.
Huh?
Going back to something you said before, your T-shirt. When you watch these murder whatevers, you go to sleep watching that?
Let me tell you my favorite thing that rocks me to sleep. Netflix series You.
I thought you was gonna say Chirac.
Joe Goldberg murdering people in the name of love.
That don't give
if I put you on, I'm not going to sleep.
Rocks me to sleep like nothing else.
If I put you on, I'm invested and I'm not going to sleep.
How do you sleep through it? But I'm paying attention to the movies.
So you never had nightmares from the stuff you watch?
No.
Wow.
You just have happy dreams?
Huh?
I love you.
You just have happy dreams?
Yeah.
Of killing people?
I mean, I'm never the murderer, and I'm never being killed.
Can we pray for Marlon real quick?
Don't do that. He is safe. He is fine.
All right, I just want to make sure that because that's my bro.
What you mean, not Joe?
He said you the co-worker.
That man rocks me. Pastor is not co-worker. It's just you and
Kathy. Oh,
it's you and Kathy.
Oh,
I said y'all don't put forth the effort to be our friends.
I spun at your birthday party.
I said you only come around us when we paying you.
Okay.
Name one time you've been around that a check wasn't cut.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, but
6.
Everybody knows that's the type of person I am.
6. I had got you out of that kitchen. You put yourself back in.
Pray for him.
Oh, I do this every week. It's fun to me.
That's why he gonna stay a coworker. Go ahead and let Kathy beat you out.
That's fine. As long as y'all cut the check, we good.
Go ahead. Kathy about to be my new best friend, and you just the nigga I know. Wow. The rest are family and friends.
That's my stuff.
Anyway, all right. So we got that out the. No new friends. All right. So it was something else that I don't know when I wrote this down, but somebody was saying that the whole theory of happy wife, happy life is what's now leading to divorces because it's not just about, I think their point was like, it's just not about making that wife happy. But both partners need to be happy. What do y'all think? I don't think that's why people get divorced.
I want to hear what y'all think. I kind of have a feeling what it's going to say, but go ahead.
Crystal?
Oh, I agree. Both sides need to be happy. Both people need to be invested in their partner's happiness. That's the only way things are going to last a long time.
So as long as you don't have no female best friends, everything's good.
Ain't no new bitches around here.
Randy
That's it.
Well, Lance said no new friends, so he agrees with you. Randy said happy wife, happy life is trash. I'm gonna tell you why I disagree with that. Jay says I
think that back in a little bit ago, like marriages lasted a long time and people live by that, and for some reason it worked for a long time. But I think modern couples are definitely more invested in both sides being happy. I think it's a new concept.
Do you also think that back in the day, most households, it was the woman was home, the man was working, and taking care of the household. So therefore, he just wanted to make things happy, in the household. But also, he was out there doing his dirt as well.
He was able to have another family.
Right.
Hutch just hit the nail on the head. That's where happy wife, happy life came from. That's why I was said like that. But this is the thing. I do believe in both parties should be happy. Go ahead.
No, you go. I'm sorry.
I believe in both parties should be happy, but when I hear kind of like happy life, happy wife, happy life is trash, it kind of sounded like when you be like Black Lives Matter and then they respond with All Lives Matter.
All lives matter. Oh, you know how I feel about that. I think maybe was taught. I'm going to accept that maybe I just was taught and I interpreted that statement the wrong way. I never took it as make your wife happy and go on and go on. Yeah, I thought it was, and this is how I interpret it to this day. My husband works hard to make sure I'm happy, but it's because when I'm happy, the whole house is happy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making sure.
I think that's what I was trying to say too.
I'm able
to make you happy.
All the things, to be every woman and do all the things that you need. But if I'm frustrated, if I gotta deal with me, do the laundry,
the whole house is gonna be falling
all
pieces.
that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, y'all really need to get out of my face. So I always took it as like, it's not just one person's going to be happy. You have a happy life because when she's happy, she adds value to all those things.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what I was trying to say.
Belligerently.
This seems like a real girl podcast today.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
What podcast?
It seems like a real girlish podcast today.
Girlish? That's wild.
I wish Kathy was here.
So as a man, you really believe that happy wife, happy life means as long as Shamika's happy, your happiness doesn't matter?
I think that if Shamika's happy, I don't have to hear about some other shit. So, yeah.
That's kind of what the point is, right?
For you, though.
Yeah.
She'll let me play my game, yeah. So
that's making you happy. But we say it and everybody's like, oh, no, they just want us to be miserable. They want to go shopping and eat bonbons.
If y'all
sometimes you're right, them old marriages was trash. I ain't gonna hold you.
If
finally you agree with me, Danny. I ain't see that last one. Just read it on the side. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Who touches stuff? I'm not touching it. I keep my hands up the whole
time. It must be accident.
I'm done.
Randy is right though. What Randy is saying is right. Like in some cases, it's either or. A lot of cases, either or. It's not. It hasn't consistently been both, where both sides of the wife is happy and the man is happy. But the ones that last, the people who are saying they're happy, it's usually some type of compromise and that type of thing happening. But you're right.
Is a lot of times, really happy then?
Compromise, yes. From my experience, the things I've compromised on is usually something it's not worth the fight. So I'm gonna.
I mean, if
choose
my
the-
husband tell you he ain't happy,
yeah.
let me know.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to show you the text?
Do it.
I'm just joking.
Boom. Do it.
Relationships in general it has to be compromising relationship for it to work.
Absolutely. Let's see. Okay, so this was another one I saw. This was
Lock is like choosing to be the right thing on my face.
now, if you know me, I hate those videos that go viral where women are like, see, the problem with y'all women is what y'all doing is y'all don't understand that he needs this, he needs that, and I swear to God, all those
I love those videos.
They are single as fuck.
I love those videos. Those are,
They sound like pick-me's.
Exactly.
that sound like what?
Because the thing is, I remember now. I wasn't sitting on a soapbox like that, but I do remember before this marriage, I was like, when I get a man, my favorite song, one of my favorite songs is "Cater to You." I was like, I'm gonna cater to him. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm gonna be this for him. I'm gonna be that for him. And they so ungrateful. They got a man and they ain't doing this. And then life hits you,
Toya,
and I'm like, bitch, I can't do
Toya.
all that. Huh?
Toya, time out real quick. Toya, did you just say all them videos they single ASF?
Yes.
I'm glad you said that. The reason why they're single ASF is because they did it wrong and they're trying to make sure you don't end up single ASF. But carry on.
I don't think that's it. Because like I just said, what I followed up with is in reality, all the stuff they're saying is not possible.
Guys, we're gonna have a fellas podcast next month. And we just gonna talk about the stuff we want to talk about.
All right, so here's what the girl said.
And we're gonna have
Basically, I'm sorry, I paragraphed it. She was like, if your man has a high sex drive and you have a low sex drive, you have two choices. Up your game or be okay with him sleeping with someone else to meet his
Oh, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
You was just like they single because they learned. They know.
Wait.
They know
I wasn't talking about everything. I wasn't talking about everything though. Some of them listen, six got a point. Some of them videos they be speaking facts. They be speaking facts. Now that one that you just said,
I post them in the group all the time.
And all the
some of the videos they speak facts.
I'd be like,
but that one you just said, that wasn't it. That wasn't it, Chan. That
Yo,
wasn't it.
sometimes them videos be hitting the heart. I be like,
this is why she said they pick me girls. Cause y'all fall for that shit until you get with one, and then you be like, she pulled the switch on, she flipped the switch on me. Because it's not realistic.
They be saying that stuff.
It's not realistic. It's not attainable.
A6.
Yes.
How many of them videos that come up, even if it was good stuff that Toya agreed with, that you think Toya would get on here and say, man, I seen this video that this girl did, and man, she was speaking facts. How many of them she ain't never gonna say that.
But see, I feel like, please don't cancel me. I'm gonna pray on it. I feel like that is woman hate. Hating on another female just because she might say that shit that a dude gonna hear.
Well, put it like this. I don't like when men do it.
What do they do?
When men get on there and say all that men are doing wrong and how this what you need to do to be like I
don't like that either. That's why it's not on my algorithm, but the girls are on my algorithm.
Oh, okay. Well, how biased does that sound?
I mean, who said I've always been biased?
My thing is, I support people who are able to uplift without putting someone else down.
That sounds like a stolen line. I swear, if anything, that's a stolen line. I swear I said that before.
No, what you said is women coming up and they building themselves up. Why can't us brothers do the same thing?
Without putting them down. I said
you didn't add that part.
Oh my gosh.
You didn't.
I've been robbed on camera. Please help me, somebody.
Well, you can roll the credits back, roll the film back, and
you know I ain't got that amount of time to find those things.
But
so real quick before we get too far off, I wanted to ask this question. Is it Danette? Is that the correct way to say her name?
Danny.
Danny Jones. Jay asks if the female is ugly, could she be the best friend?
Wait a minute. No, you know what?
Because they got the same amount of vagina as the pretty girls do.
I have a firm belief that men will fuck anything.
They will, some of them. But yeah.
You give them enough
Welcome back to the Bash
attention.
Man podcast.
Who's bashing men though? Why do you feel attacked?
Because
Let's unpack some things. Why do you feel attacked?
I can't
I heard
explain
it.
it, but it's something in my bones. And I feel like the fellas might feel the same way.
Hey, Six.
Do you,
Okay.
do you
Since I
feel
heard-
attacked?
At 6, I heard this one song that said "Beauty's only skin deep." Yeah. No.
Yeah. And for a
Hutch,
while.
do you feel attacked?
No, I don't never feel attacked.
Okay. Pastor, do you feel attacked?
What part
Are
was
you
supposed to
frozen?
feel attacked on?
I don't know. Six saying y'all being attacked, and he felt like the other fellas would agree.
Happy woman on the podcast. Happy podcast. That's what
But
it
my
sounds
goal
Some
is
parts
to
of the
make sure
conversation I
we're all-
felt attacked.
Don't say I don't try to make everybody happy, because I go all the way to Columbia. I leave Owens Mills, go to Columbia, and then drive to Baltimore City with food for these men.
We greatly appreciate
Because I
that.
only picked up food for the men.
She tell a family business.
Yeah, you tell a family
Happy
business. That's
didn't
what-
get food. What I'm saying is,
Tell
Happy
a family business.
Latoya,
Kathy ain't want
Happy
no food.
Latoya fed the men on the show.
No, don't do that now. Don't do that.
I ain't paying for it. I'm just saying. I'm saying he said happy women on the podcast, happy show. I'm just making my point that I do go out my way to make my brothers here and my coworker happy.
You do, and I greatly appreciate it. I'm not even front.
It must be me. I didn't think I was
Six,
bashing men, but if you feel like I bashed you, I apologize. I don't want to hit no dogs.
I'm not
Don't
apologizing.
need no
Don't mess
hollering.
up. Don't mess it up. Don't mess up the vittles. Don't mess up the vittles.
Oh,
Exactly.
Christmas is coming, and we are meeting a couple times in person.
Because Crystal, I don't know if you heard it earlier when you weren't on. I don't apologize. So
She
I
burned
know.
the
I
bridge
heard you
down.
said you don't
I'm gonna
apologize.
stand
Why,
10 toes down on it.
why not?
I ain't hurt your feelings, and fuck your feelings.
Ask her again. Ask her why not again. Go ahead. Ask again.
Why not?
If I said it, I meant it, and I stand on it.
We so gangster on the show. Sound like a whole 50 Cent
Now.
album.
If I made an honest mistake, I mean, I could say something like, Six, I'm sorry that your feelings were hurt.
And laugh. Go ahead.
But that's not a real apology.
My intentions matter to me. I
Crystal.
didn't feel like I was bashing you. So if you felt like I was bashing you, I would apologize because I wasn't bashing men at all.
Well, I'm just
Crystal,
joking.
But if
Crystal,
you
let me-
felt attached,
So
if you feel bashed, I apologize, Chief. I didn't mean to do that to you.
I ain't apologizing.
I'm a little Drake-ish. It's okay.
Crystal, let me
Oh,
help you with the
In
why
this new
not.
era, it's okay.
She not gonna apologize because she go to sleep watching murder documentary.
Mhm.
I didn't see
Hey, hey.
Snap
Tonight
to
you
my
want to see
show.
Freddy Krueger.
Because she go to sleep watching Jeffrey Dahmer tapes.
I don't watch things like Nightmare on Elm Street, so I will not dream about Freddy Krueger. I watch things that I'm at peace with,
Really?
and
I know
I'm
people
good with
now-
Joe. I don't watch all crazy. Excuse me.
Whoa.
Like,
Somebody
I won't watch a Halloween movie and go to sleep. Although I listen to the books all day, so when I dream, I recraft those movies. But like, I just think Joe would love me and kill for me. Like, why wouldn't you dream about? Why wouldn't you want to go to sleep to that man?
Okay.
No,
I'm so
Alright.
blessed that none of it makes it into my subconscious. I just watch it.
Let
all
me
day.
see what the next one is. Then
Wait,
y'all, we almost out of time. Y'all want to play my game real quick?
Yeah.
All right, I gotta find it. Sorry, keep talking.
Crystal, what was you about
wait.
to say?
What was the you made a statement? I can't remember what it was when you were like, "Dag, I can't remember." That mind's gone.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, should
What
I
was
say
on your
something?
docket before this?
Huh?
Happy hubby, happy
What
wife.
was on your docket just now?
I think we ended on the happy wife, happy life.
Okay, so no, it was
Yo, you
something else
using
that was
correct
said.
words and everything. A docket. Wow.
Listen at her. She's
Professional.
I have a podcast. I
Are
also
they
have a show.
professional over there?
I be feeling professional sometimes.
Oh man, we over here. We just having fun.
Trying to get monetized. I'm gonna
All
quit
right.
my job.
So I'm gonna ask y'all a question, and y'all either gotta just answer the question or you can sing the song.
Okay.
What did Escape want their man to do?
Kick off their shoes and relax their feet.
Okay, he was ready. Sing it.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that.
I knew game already.
What was Mary J. Blige looking for?
Real love.
Real love.
Real love.
I'll be wanting y'all to sing.
I'm searching for real love.
Oh shoot, they done switched up the cards on me. Sorry.
In the word, so in memory of Kathy, who's not here, how many steps was it for love?
5 steps.
5?
I don't remember myself. Last time.
All right, I think I got it. I don't know the answer to this. I don't think. Come on, stop. Sorry. In Ladies First, Queen Latifah said that a woman can bear you, break you, and what else?
Nobody know no Queen Latifah song besides You and I, T.Y.
You and not T.Y.
Let's see.
It's a theme here.
Okay. You're right. They didn't give me the answer. I'm sorry. That was a hard one.
They ain't no answer.
Because it's all volume and I don't want y'all to hear it.
Ah, I see you, Jay. That was funny.
Oh, what doesn't Destiny's Child think you're ready for?
For this,
This jelly.
Oh,
Jelly.
Why don't y'all sing it? You were supposed
Ain't
to be
no
like,
you singing that.
I'm ready for this show.
it's a theme.
What you say? Let me find the guy. Sorry.
what did Big Papa like?
When you call him Big Papa.
There you go.
I was going to do a Biggie one too. What's going to happen if Biggie hear his burglar alarm ringing?
It's gonna be 5.
It's gonna be a lot of slow singing and
Yeah,
casket ringing.
there we go.
No.
Flowers bringing.
Yes.
Flowers ringing.
Crystal, we just did this song.
If my
We
burglar
did.
alarm don't stop ringing.
I sent y'all the video, didn't I, to the group?
We literally just did that song. And I
You
was
ain't hear me
like,
talking.
that's the only lyrics I know. Let me see. I'm gonna give y'all one more. I need another guy.
What did Little Kim used to be scared of?
The dick.
The dick.
I was not gonna yell that answer out.
The dick.
You will
Wow.
not. All right, that's it. I was trying to find the gospel one for Pastor.
You gotta give him a separate.
I got one. Pastor.
We fall down, but
Go ahead.
I don't know that one.
We get up.
We get
You'd
up.
rather have Jesus than what?
Silver and gold.
Silver and gold.
You answered that too slow.
Y'all give me a mansion on top of the hill. Oh, listen, y'all don't have me in here.
Amen.
So, what was the last CD y'all bought? I seen Pastor there. So, what was yours?
Actual CD?
Actual CD.
Oh, I do. I don't want to answer.
what was that? What was
what was the
that?
last actual CD I bought?
What album came out of Jay-Z's during 9/11?
Food and Liquor too. Food and Liquor? The Cool.
I don't know. We need Randy for that one.
It was probably the Cool.
It was the same day as Fabulous, though. I think.
Yeah.
It came out on 9/11?
Yeah. Made a freestyle about it and everything.
I was in Target when buildings were.
Oh, was it the one with Snoopy song? The gray one. Shoot, with I think dust the whatever off your shoulders. It was the hit joint.
But that's the last album I bought.
Damn.
For me, it was the cool Lupe Fiasco.
Oh, Kick Push.
Things changed after that.
That's Food and Liquor. The cool was the second one.
So I purchased a CD recently because one of my role models in podcasting, that chick Angel, said that
3 of them. I love them.
when her favorite artist comes out, she buys the actual CD.
Mm-hmm.
So when VIP Gutter dropped his last album, I said, "Hey, I want a hard copy of that."
And he burnt it for you?
No. That's what shit people do. Mine are professional.
So,
You
Watch
why
the
you
Throne
just
came out in
coworker?
2011.
What you say?
Watch the
What'd you say,
Throne
Patrick?
came out in 2011.
Watch the Throne came out in 2011.
who? Somebody anybody know Watch the Throne? Who about that?
Oh, you said my bad, not 2011. You meant
9/11.
2001. My bad.
9/11. He's talking about 20.
That was a whole 10 years after. I was like, that's kind of recent. I might have bought. I want to say. I got a CD.
The Blueprint came out 2001. The Blueprint.
Y'all ain't been buying
I think I
CDs
bought
since 2001?
Mary J. Blige, my love of my life, whatever.
No, I ain't buying no CD since.
Did you say my love of my life?
No, the one with the Little Kim song on there.
Who you loving? Who you want to be hugging? Dipping on your nudge.
I thought it was hard.
Tanisha and Rhonda. Oh, you go more body
Yeah,
than
it
Jane
was.
Fonda. Physical
That's good
fitness. Mary Blige, be my witness. Under pressure, I die for you.
Dang, it's hard for you.
I ain't know
somebody-
words. I can't play Forget the Lyrics. Don't forget the lyrics. Although I think I do have. No, actually, I think the game that we just played, FYI, Crystal, Danny J, Marlon, I bought it for the Christmas party.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
we
it's
will
gonna
be
be
playing
fun.
this again.
Wow.
But
Watch out because she memorizes the answers. I'm just saying.
I don't. First of all, I don't. So what I did when we had Friendsgiving, I made sure I did not even open the game
I opened it.
until I was there.
Hey, Pastor, how we the two friends? We ain't get invited to the Christmas party, Friendsgiving, nothing.
This is okay. So let me explain this.
It's
real
Marlon's
quick.
friends. Yeah.
It is Marlon's friend in a small section of Marlon's friends. So I probably shouldn't be saying this out loud because I have never in my life thrown a party where, first of all, Friendsgiving wasn't at my house, so I couldn't invite y'all. But I've never in my life thrown a party where I didn't have at least one of my sisters or Tyra, Jada, or Randy, somebody in the mix. I literally had a party last year and repeating it this year of just these 14 people.
It's a cute little group they got going.
Marlon's
I like it.
friends.
They're very cute. They're a cute little gang of folks.
And I was going to hire 6, but I'm not going to keep paying for him to come around us.
Damn. Well, I'm having a party. I'm having a party next month, good folks, December 17th.
Yeah, the ugly sweater party.
Yes, sir.
Hey, tell us about it
Put your ugly
in
sweater,
1 minute.
Put your ugly sweater on. Come on out, have fun. $25 for the ticket. Eat. The food is gone. BYOB.
Where's it at?
Y'all are cute, Jay.
I don't have the flyer right now, but it's going to be over there in the Security Boulevard area. So
I love it.
They cute.
They are cute.
Where did you say is that, Hutch?
I'm in the Security Boulevard area.
Okay, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah.
What day
Is it
is
in
it
this
on?
space?
December 17th.
Okay, so I won't be there because I have prior obligations with these people who are monopolizing my time. Crystal, Thank you for coming on. If you are well, we'd love to have you back. But if you don't,
I
know,
mean,
don't
I feel like you would love to have me back. Nobody else is feeling that vibe, but that's okay. I'll
No.
still come back.
If you watch the show, we are just joking. This is all we do.
Crystal, Six
Hold
is
on.
really my friend.
Crystal, they
He is not just a
Oh.
co-worker.
Hutch is talking.
yeah, Six is just speaking for herself. Don't we as Pastor and Hutch don't represent what Six is saying.
You know this. They ain't complain. It's just the one at the top. But let me just
I'm not
be clear,
complaining.
so he don't go cry in the car.
Hold on. What I'm truly
Also my
complaining about,
friend.
I just got one statement. What I'm truly complaining about is the fact that we have a person who reviews shows, and normally we talk about shows and we ain't talk about no show.
Y'all
today.
could have talked about shows. I would have been right there in it.
I will give you a courtesy 5 minutes if you want, because it's
No.
7:59. Do you
I
have
don't
a
have
show
any.
you want to talk about? Because all
No,
mine are off.
I want to hear Pastor preach.
I would have mentioned the show, but all of mine are off, and I don't think y'all want to talk about Halloween.
No, I don't want to talk.
Did
You
you watch
don't have
Wednesday?
a show that's on.
No, not really, but I've been watching some stuff. La Brea, which is kind of corny, but
What's that?
No, I watched La Brea. I watched like the first 5 episodes of the first season.
Ooh, did y'all watch Wednesday?
Yep, watch Wednesday.
I did you get to the end?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not to the end because something you said I didn't agree with, but I feel like I gotta watch to the end.
Tomorrow on my review.
Yeah,
Okay.
that the what you call need to have a bigger role.
Christina Ricci. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought she was fine. I didn't know who she was though either until after I saw. I said, "Oh, that's who that is."
I didn't want her to have a I come back to Facebook user. I will. I didn't want her to have a bigger role. I wanted to have a different role. She's Christina Ricci. She is Winston. They should have used her in some capacity as
I'm
Winston.
not.
That was my
I'm
issue.
Sorry to hold y'all up. I'm not really that much of. I feel like that's fan service.
Married at First Sight.
I love fan service.
And I'm not that into it.
Married at First Sight.
Oh, it's not on.
Oh yeah, Married at First Sight is. I think everybody broke up though. Everybody is done. Tree kept calling that boy gay. I think I think the two light skin couple that look like fish out of water.
That you should get canceled for that.
For saying they look like a fish out of water.
Yes, I feel some type of way.
They look like two fish. I'm sorry. I think they were the only couple still together. They broke up like during the Where Are They Now, but they got back together. That's that. Y'all watch Love Is Blind?
Nope.
Nobody? No Love Is Blind? Nobody? All right, never mind. I'll keep that one to myself. Anybody that do watch, the African guy and Raven, they had to split up because apparently he had been seeing somebody and now there's a lawsuit and all this and that and the third. There's your TV review 6.
Well, thank you, Pastor. Take us away and preach.
Yeah, because y'all know I got something to watch at 8.
Oh,
it's not Married at First Sight, but
can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right or righteousness? Have you ever been that person that always wants to be right, and or been around someone that always wants to be right? I always want to be right. The Pharisees were the ultimate religious people. Among the Jews during the Christ.
Wait, is it just me?
No,
It is not just you.
Pastor, you broke up.
It took over the podcast. It was like an exorcist.
I cut out.
Bad.
Did I cut?
Yeah, very much so. Do you hear me telling you yes?
Am I back in there?
Go ahead, type the message up, Pastor.
Try it again. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can hear you.
There we go.
Are you in the bottom of your house? Are you not near the motor?
Hey, look, beloved, being real quick. No, I'm not about my house. I'm not about my house. Beloved, being right is overrated. Let's try being righteous.
Mm-hmm.
Righteousness is the quality of being morally right or justifiable. For the Pharisees, God is primarily one who makes demands. For them, the scriptures of the Old Testament were a set of rules that must be kept at all costs. For Jesus, God is primarily graceful, gracious, and merciful, slow to anger, and abounding in steadfast love. So for some of us, being right is how I'm going to keep that same energy and repay evil with evil. But God wants us to forgive. Thanks to God. For some of us, being right is showing others exactly what they show us. But God wants us to treat others as we want to be treated. God wants us to love our neighbors as ourselves. So, beloved, right or righteousness? Jesus challenged the Pharisees to choose the latter. Let's do the same. Being right is overrated. Let us be righteous.
Amen. Does anyone have any last words? The doors of the show is open.
Thank you, Crystal, for coming
You're
through.
welcome. You're
Thanks for being with us,
welcome.
Chris.
Please go listen to my show. And then look at all my
please go
TikToks and my Facebook stuff because I
Tell
want to make
everybody
money.
where they can find you.
They can find the podcast everywhere you find podcasts. Let Me Tell You podcast. It's on
Somebody take notes.
Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Let Me Tell You podcast. Loud and Wrong podcast. We haven't recorded anything recently, but those episodes are also up on everything. The Geeks Haven podcast, the Geeks Haven. You can find that up on stuff. Those are 3 current shows. I got a couple things in the works that are not out yet, but you can find us on those things, listen to us, interact with us. You can go to the Geeks Haven group on Facebook. If you're looking to give anything up for Giving Month, I have a nonprofit, Excellence and Ambition. We support young people when they're trying to start businesses. So you can find that also on Facebook and on our website. We are currently, taking donations as always. I have an art business with my husband and my family. We arted. We have a lot of things. We have the things. And then you can find me as Like the Champagne on all of the social medias if you want to watch my videos so I can get some views.
Okay.
And get some money.
And lastly, it is the holiday time, people. So just be mindful what you say to people. It is a depressing time for people who have lost their loved ones. Please, please do not be out here just acting reckless like my friend up there. We got to be mindful what we say to people, and we got to be just, thoughtful when it comes to life in general. But again, it's the holiday time. Love up on some people because, some people are just going through some things, especially during this time. So there's a lot of time right now. There's a lot of time where people commit suicide as well. So, good folks out there, if you are going through anything, you can contact us. Do not take yourself away. So, once again, just love up on people, especially during this time. All the time, but especially during this time, holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. Y'all have a good night, and I want only some people to win, not everybody.
Oh, Lord.
I'm rooting for all the Black people. Male
Hey, everybody Black.
That's right.
Y'all have a good evening. I would love to come back. Invite me back.
All righty. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Invitation extended.
All right, y'all got to go feed me.